And the different qualities, Kenny, that both players can bring. I mean, Andy Carroll, we know about his area of prowess and his ability on the ground. Lewis will give you something a bit different, and there's a potential for a great partnership there.
I think that's what I just said, yeah. I can't add any more to what you said there. We're just really excited by the two lads coming in. It's a fantastic. They're both fantastic signings for the football club, and there's nothing will be allowed to overshadow the fact that these two lads have come to play for this football club. They put their trust in us, and the both lads were determined to come and play for Liverpool, and proud and privileged to come and play for Liverpool. So that's a great start for us.
Kenny, pardon me. Andy seems to have the character that fans really take to. How much of a factor do you think that will be in his own success here and ultimately the team's success?
Well, character in a football player is very important, isn't it? But he is somebody that the players and the supporters will take to. I think his innocence is quite endearing. I think growing up, everybody is wise after the event. When you're older, as you go on in years, you realise that some things you've done might not be correct. Well, everybody's the same. Everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody wishes they'd done something different. So I think he'll be endearing to your supporters because they'll be able to relate to him. They understand him. He understands football. You've got to understand also. It's a difficult life for footballers to adjust to being in the limelight and to go from being 16, 17 years of age within 3-4 years coming up and being transferred for 35 million is a huge change in your life. I'm sure he'll handle it very well, and he doesn't have any problems. He's got all the help in the world here, but he'll be the first person to admit that he'll help himself more than anybody else can help him. So we're very comfortable. We're delighted with the two lads, and we really look forward to playing.
And in both of them, really got that competitive edge. I feel like you've got to strike across with a real competitive edge here.
Well, we hope so. But as I say, we'll do what we can do. The lads will be desperate to get playing together, and we're desperate to see them. Everybody's the same. So I think it's been fantastic for us to get both players on board, and we really look forward to it.
Louis, can you describe how you felt making your debut at Anfield and scoring at the Cop End last night?
I think it's a dream debut, isn't it? Anyone would say it would be a dream debut. Just to get on the field for just a few minutes and manage to score in front of the Cop, it's what dreams are made of.
Watching from the bench, what did you make of the style of football compared to what you're used to having in Uruguay?
It's what I imagined it would be like. It's what I expected from watching games back in Holland, watching games in England on TV. It's a tough, strong league. It's hard to create opportunities and chances on goal, and I think it's something which I'll learn to adapt. It's a type of game I'm looking forward to doing my best to adapt into and getting used to and performing in.
Kenny, do you feel like this could be the beginning of a new era for the club with obviously a new strike force and yourself settled into the job again now?
Well, every day's a new era for the football club, isn't it? So we're just delighted to get the two lads in and get them, well, as soon as we can, we'll get them playing together. But the football club will always be here. We want the club will, and for us, we're looking forward to try and get the club moving upwards and onwards. And I think it's great credit to Damien Kamoli that he did really well going out and getting those two lads in. The Ajax and Newcastle, especially Newcastle when it was so late in the day for the transfer window. I think he's done a fantastic job, and I think it also reiterates what we've said before about the support and ambition of the owners. So we're looking forward to moving forward, and the two lads will play a huge part in that.
Kenny, you mentioned the owners there briefly. I know you've had a chance to thank them very briefly, but what sort of message does this send out from them?
Just as I said there, it just shows their ambition, determination to move the club forward. They said when they came in that they wanted the club back to where it should be, and this was the first opportunity to show their ambition, and they've certainly done that. And they actually were a little bit disappointed we never get more players in. So that's a good thing.
And you mentioned Kamoli as well. Were these two players originally identified by Damien?
Well, I think anybody that knows anything about football would have identified certainly Louise a few years ago, and Andy in the last couple of years. So we're not here to apportion who did what. We're just here to work together as a club, and everybody that's got a responsibility in their job will take that responsibility. We'll sit and chew the fat. We'll discuss things behind closed doors, and we'll come up with some solutions. And if we get some of them right, then we're going to be in a good state. But as I say, the two lads are very highly respected and known footballers, and everybody would have known them. And by the way, there'll be a lot of people sitting there wishing that they had these two people in their staff as well.
Kenny, did you go and scout a couple of years ago when you first came back to the club? Is that right, or is that inaccurate?
Must be Vinny if you said it.
Kenny, who got the better deal, do you think? Liverpool or Chelsea?
What?
This week, in terms of the transfers, fees?
For us, we're absolutely delighted with the two lads coming in. But, and if we've lost one, we've lost one. I don't know whose gain it is, and neither do you. And neither will anyone until such time as there's years gone by. So we're delighted to have these two players in. And the most important people are the people at this football club and the people that care for this football club. Whatever Chelsea think, it's not my problem. We're just delighted with what we've got.
Louis, was it your goal last night?
Andy tried to claim it.
Andy lo reclamó. I certainly celebrated it as if it was mine, but yeah, I hope it's mine. Obviously, whoever decides that will decide it, but hopefully they'll decide in my favour.
You scored a lot of goals in Holland. Are you confident that you've got what it takes to score as many as that in the Premier League?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I can score as many, but the first target for me is to help the team, whether it's scoring goals or just helping out in general play, because what counts is the team, not individuals.
Louise, do you know much about Andy, and is he the kind of strike partner that will suit your game as well?
I do. I'm aware of his style. I've seen quite a bit of him playing for Newcastle on TV back in Holland, and I think you would say he's the typical tall number 9 that kind of my type of player combines well with historically. I think it's a promising partnership.
You seem desperate for this move to go through. What does that say about how important Liverpool still are in yours, even though maybe for the last 18 months they've not been as strong traditionally?
I mean, Liverpool are always going to be known as one of the greats on a European scale. You only have to look at the trophies that they've won, and that image and that history goes before them throughout Europe. And yeah, it's always been a dream for me to come to a big club in England and play, and I've come to a massive club in England with Liverpool. It's been my desire to come here, and I'm really pleased that it's come to fruition.